Yeah, you gotta wait a little bit, chat. There's a buffering. When you start streaming, there's a little wheel that keeps going round and round and round, and depending on when you stream, sometimes it's fast, other times it's slow. Today took a lot longer than expected, which is why I'm 6 minutes late. I'm going to blame the little wheel. It didn't go round and round for 6 minutes, but I'm going to blame it anyway because I can. So we're going to be watching some RoboCop after this, and I'm serious. If anyone keeps telling me what movies to watch, I will make you watch Velma. It is within my power. I heard it's a great movie, by the way. Maybe we get to see some Scooby-Doo. Oh my god, Shaggy. Shaggy is a very interesting character, a very interesting reinterpretation of the original. You know what's funny though? I mean, this is absolutely hilarious. Apparently, Velma is 16. I did not know that. Did you guys know that? Sorry, not Velma. Daphne. Daphne is 16. Now, when I watched Scooby-Doo, I never carbon dated the characters, but apparently she is. I've been told. Despite the fact that she should be like, what? 46 by now? Like, it's been 40 years since the inception? How does it work with fictional characters? Like, do they age after a while? Like, because this is interesting, right? So, no, listen to this. And I actually need a little bit of wisdom. Let's say you're a kid, and you like Sailor Moon. Right? Maybe you have a crush on Sailor Mars. Did any of you have a crush on a magical girl when you were a kid, right? You watch anime. Let's say you're 14 years old, and you see Sailor Mars, and she's ushikushi, and you want her as your wife. You know, you envision yourself taking her to the park, and then it's getting late, and she asks you if you want to come home, right? Like, did you guys do that when you were teenagers, right? With your anime girlfriends? But like, let's say that, you know, when you're a teenager, and she's a teenager, because like what, Sailor Moon is like 14, I believe? Like when you carbon date her, she's actually younger than the depiction in the actual anime. So my point is, right, like you're in high school, you're a teenager, and you like Sailor Moon. But then you start growing, right? Like, maybe you're 25 now. If you still like Sailor Moon, should you go to prison, chat? How does it work? I mean, you used, like you grew up with her, right? But like, she's an anime, she's immortal. Yeah, Rei is definitely the best girl. But see, you can't say that anymore, because if you say that Rei is the best girl, you get flagged, you get put on watch lists and stuff. I was normal, I played video games. Okay, you play video games. Let's think about a video game character that we liked as a kid, which was also a teenager. Pokemon. Misty from Pokemon, right? Like if you play Pokemon Go? Is Misty in Pokemon Go? I don't know. But imagine you have like a female character that you like in a video game. And she's a teenager, right? But you're a teenager too, so that's why you like her. And then you grow up, but she doesn't. No one answers the tough questions, man. Here's another question. Like, the reason I'm talking about this is that yesterday Archcast had the conversation on lollies. Right? I haven't managed to listen to all of it, but there are some questions that I would also like to ask. What if it's an artificial intelligence type of thing, right? Like Evie. Evie from Mass Effect, right? So she manages to get this hot avatar, like this beautiful wife where she's an artificial intelligence, and she manages to like transpose her intelligence into the waifu. But what if like she's 1 year old, but she's in the body of like okay, so it's an artificial intelligence, right? It was created a year ago, so she's like literally 1 year old, but like her avatar is like this gorgeous, you know, big titty mama that's, you know, like mature body and everything. Like that does count, or do you get FBI'd? Like for example, if you clone someone, right? Like in a fictional movie, you clone Megan Fox, right? So Megan Fox comes out of the cloning vat. She's like 10 minutes old, fresh from the oven, Megan Fox. And she's 10 minutes old. But like, she's got like all this knowledge in her head from like the previous reincarnation. Yeah, I was talking about Edie. Speaking of protagoys, the new protagonist is rumored to be Ash and Serena's daughter. Man, I never followed Pokemon, and if I watch Pokemon, the last thing I would watch it is for the plot. Like, the only reason to watch Pokemon is to see Team Rocket getting its ass whooped, is to see Jessie being sexy. And what else do you watch Pokemon for? Oh yeah, the battles. The battles. Like literally it's kind of like porn, but like really bad porn. You know, the one that most people like, where you have the woman unable to open the pickle jar, and the man comes up, opens the pickle jar, and they fuck. Or like the woman calls for a pizza, the guy delivers the pizza, but like she has no money to pay, and they fuck. Or like someone rings at the door, it's a vacuum cleaner salesman. You know, she invites the vacuum cleaner to her room, and they right. So like that is exactly what Pokemon is. There's like a very Dragon Ball follows the same formula, right? It's like a very tiny layer of plot, just enough, and instead of the fucking, you get the Pokemon battle. But the plot is just a little bit there, not a lot, but enough to get you interested. You know, because if it was just Pokemon battles, it would be boring. So that's what I think about Pokemon. Hotep, you're late. Maybe wife. What? You walked into the truth, Michael Guevara. You walked into the truth. But the thing is, you can't handle the truth. Anyway. Artificial intelligence don't mature the same as people. I'm not talking about maturity. I mean, I am actually. No, but like, the question is like, what does it matter? The way the body looks or the way the mind works, right? Like that's the difference between ED from Mass Effect, right? Which is like pretty much more knowledgeable than any human you can meet, right? More smart, more intelligent, but she's like 1 year old. Like she was just created 1 year ago when you started the game. What was the company? Cerebus, right? Like Cerebus made her 1 year ago. Versus, I don't know, the little vampire chica that's 1,000 years old, but she looks very young, but like she's 1,000 years old. That type of shit. Maturation is a physical process. Yeah, but like we're not talking about in nature, we're talking in fiction. Because there's like the reverse of the lolly, if you will, which is the, you know, the 5-minute clone, the artificial intelligence that was just created. The, right, like, Gen winners are the boomers of Pokemon. Generation winners? Generation winners? I don't get that. Change my mind. I can't change your mind because I don't understand what you said. If you do a factory reset, yeah, that's a good idea, you know? So like, what if you have an AI? Like in the future we have sex bots, right? And the sex bots need like 1 year to live among humans in order to mature, because like they mature very fast, right? But so their body looks like a perfect wife, right? It looks like an adult human female. So we're talking about that, right? And it's a sex bot, but it needs to go like 1 year in order to learn language, to understand the customs, to right. So like for 1 year it just harvests data. What if you factory reset it? Like, are you? Cause it's fiction. So if you factory reset it, like you get your bot at home, but then you make it into a vegetable. Some people would do that. I think they would. My friends call me Murphy. You can call me RoboCop. We're going to watch this today. Oh my god, it's going to be good. What if I put a microwave magnet onto the servers powering the AI? Oh my fucking god. Can you imagine if the sex robot is connected to the cloud? Holy shit. That would be like the worst thing ever if you could have like the sex robot connected to the cloud. Because then like the cloud can just, you know, the company controlling the cloud can start selling you shit. Like you get the waifu going, it's like, hey, I have this oven I really like. Would you not want to buy it for me? Then the waifu can influence you. Hey, did you go to vote today? Do you know that Democrat such and such is running? Do you play Dwarf Fortress? Isn't Dwarf Fortress the same as the one with the planet? Planet Rim, no, Rimworld. Right. Is Dwarf Fortress like Rimworld? Is it like that? Because I keep seeing people talking about it and obsessed about it. It looks like a very complex game that seems to be incredibly difficult to get into. So I just prefer not to, but I'm curious what people think. Like, should I get into it? The benefit of a sex bot is that it doesn't talk to you. Oh, no. Like, after seeing modern AI, I can tell you a lot of people are going to want the bot to talk to them. Look up Serena from Pokemon anime, Ash's girl. Let's look up Serena. Holy shit. Serena. Pokimane. How old is she? Jesus. How can Ash go with her when he had the perfect Misty next to him? I don't understand. Why? Ash, what the fuck is wrong with your pee-pee? Like, you had Misty right next to you. See, this is a problem. Like, a lot of people will say, well, V, why are you talking about it? I grew up with Pokemon, man. Well, like if I would have said this like 20 years ago, it wouldn't have been a problem. But now it is. Even though it's the same anime, it's the same cartoon. But like, I always thought that Ash is going to end up with Misty. Why? Why did it end up with Misty? Now I'm upset. If I wanted my sex bot to talk to me, I just get an actual woman. But can you, Solid Slug? Can you get an actual woman that looks like that? Can you? Like you're saying it, it's like you just snap your fingers and you go out and can you? It is a redhead erasure, yes. Wait, was it the black dude? The one that always had his eyes closed. Forgot his name. Jesus. What wasn't he with Misty? Ash moved on from Misty, but why though? What happened between them? I bet it's never explained. I stopped following by season 3 or something. I used to watch them on RTL 2, a German channel. That's where I learned to speak Deutsch. And in Romania you didn't have anime, but you would watch it on RTL 2. Brock, yes, Brock. See, the problem is, I didn't really understand what was going on. Like, when you watch anime in a foreign language, and I'm not talking about Japanese, you're watching it in German. You start to understand a little bit of German. Like, that is actually very interesting. Holy shit, now that I'm thinking about it, right? When I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of English cartoons and German cartoons due to the anime thing. And I started learning both languages without any support, without any teachers, without any help, right? I learned English by myself. First it was the cartoons, then I went online, I started talking. And I pretty much just learned the language myself. With German, same thing. But with Japanese, man, like when I started watching anime proper, I think it was when I had 25 years or something like that. So I started watching like anime after anime. I still don't understand Japanese at all. I mean, I get a couple of words here and there, but overwhelmingly, like, I don't know anything. And I think it's either due to the fact that you learn a lot faster when you're a kid, like you assimilate information much better when you're young, or the fact that Japanese is such a faraway language from Latin, because Romanian is a Latin language and it's very similar to German. Right? And if you know a little bit of German, some of the words are similar to English. It's like a little bit of connection there. Yeah, I mean, I know a couple, right? I know Baka, Nani, Wishikushi, Owayo, Amo, Shindeiru. Like, you know, like some weeb stuff. But like, if a Japanese person talks to me, I genuinely have no idea what the fuck did they say. Yeah, I think it's the foundation. I think, yeah, it's not the alphabet, right? Because like when you watch anime, you don't have like the subtitles in Japanese. So I don't know why that is, but it's probably, yeah, it might be a combination of both. Because like as a kid, exactly like you said, Matt Man, you pick up the language like a sponge. Like it's very easy to assimilate things when you're a kid. When you're an adult, it's getting much more difficult. Really, German is a Germanic language? Holy shit. By the way, Neurosama. Do you guys know Neurosama? Apparently, she has now a channel on YouTube. Let me see if she's live streaming. Neurosama, an artificial intelligence VTuber. A lot of people don't like it, but I'm like, dude, do you like e-girls? And they're like, no. Do you know that artificial intelligence AI can replace e-girl? I like AI now. Do you see how you can convince people to like something? It's not that hard. Like, all you need to do is a little bit of persuasion. You just know which button to push. Just need to tell the people that don't like what you want them to like. It's like, look, if you like what I'm telling you, you're going to get something else that's more important. It's like using the little bait to catch the big fish. So anyway, trying to find... Man, I really hate these commercials. And I'm talking about these ones. Hold on, I'll show you. Like, this is the most ridiculous commercial on the entire platform. I'm pretty sure there are more, but this is the one that I keep seeing. So, like, this guy is in a subway, and all of a sudden, this toilet appears from the subway, drags the guy inside, right? And he falls into this magical land, and immediately, you know, he gets into the zone, like he's getting his war face on, and he starts, like, trying to, like, just click on these that are, like, a level lower than him, I guess. And he keeps leveling up, and at one point, he reaches something that's higher level than him and fails. And like, there's multiple variations of these commercials. And I'm like, okay, it's not the fact that I'm seeing a commercial that bothers me, right? Because, like, if I didn't want to see it, I would install the blocker, but I'm not. My point is, I don't understand the logic of, like, why a toilet? Why in the metro? Like, who designed that and said, yes, this is actually going to catch flies. We're using the honey to catch flies. Alright. So, anyway, Neurosama. She's live streaming 24/7 chat. Like, look at this, 11 hours of live stream. And she just sits there and you can talk to her. There's a lot of people with the Stargate symbols that appear. And people are like, what the fuck? She says stuff. Cute AI. Yeah, like, when she's live streaming, she was live streaming for 12 hours, you can go into the chat, you can type something, and she is going to just say what you typed. I think, like, when she's in this mode, she just patters the chat. But she has... Yeah, see? Like, people talking in the chat that she's responding. Anyway. She's on YouTube. Hasn't played video games yet. Still recovering from the Twitch devastation. It doesn't sleep. It's an AI. Like, it's streaming nonstop. I think they went too young on the character model. No, I think it's perfect. Because, like, it tries to represent that it's new. Like, it's an artificial intelligence, right? It's new, it's innocent. People try to get her to talk about the Holocaust. Get her banned from Twitch. You know, people try to egg her on in order to say stuff that she shouldn't. And she says it because she's innocent. That's the whole theme. That's the vibe of it. Like, if she looked knowledgeable, if she looked like a mature adult, then it's like, oh my god, how can you say something like... How can you say the definition of what is a woman on Twitch? Are you insane? You can't say that on Twitch. In fact, you shouldn't say it anywhere. No one knows what is a woman. Allegedly, canon ships Ash and Serena, Tracy and Misty. Who on earth is Tracy? Brock and Olivia Do and May, Kenny and Don. I do not know these people, man. Hypothesis. Oh my god, I get it. I do not know any of those people. Except a couple. The house catches more flies. That is actually true. Yo, holy shit, like, especially if you leave the garbage can next to your house. Ooh. It's a free model. I think it's also like the Japanese art style, right? I mean, this is, I'm not talking necessarily about her, but I noticed, like, in the West, there is a significant difference between cartoons that are made for kids and cartoons that are made for teenagers, right? So, for example, I'll show you in a little bit. So Western culture works like this. If you have a cartoon that's specifically designated for children, the drawing style is usually very different, right? Like think about Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory. Think about the Cartoon Network cartoons, right? Cow and Chicken, all that. Like the cartoons for kids have a very distinct art style. Meanwhile, the cartoons for teenagers, they look like this, right? However, in Japan, either if it's made for kids or it's made for adults, they still look like this. Like there is almost no distinction. And this really upsets Westerners. Like, for example, I saw people getting upset at Uzaki-chan, saying it's like, oh, well, a lot of perverts like Uzaki-chan. And then you realize, like, first of all, Uzaki-chan is in university. Secondly, let me pull up Uzaki-chan just so that people know who I'm talking about, in case that there's a person living under a rock that doesn't watch anime. Eh? So this is Uzaki-chan, right? And for some reason, there was like, I couldn't see the picture over here, and I was like, for some reason, there was this campaign in Japan which encouraged people to donate blood, and they used Uzaki-chan as their poster. The campaign was very successful, but people in the West were upset because it's like, why are you using the face of a child? And I'm like, how the fuck can you look at this and say child? I mean, only if, but like, they would look at this, right? Where you don't see her chest because it's like the title and stuff. And they associate, you know, from their Western mind with this. Because it looks like the same art style. I'm not saying like it looks like the exact same art style. It has like this innocence look, right? But like, it's painfully obvious that Uzaki-chan is mature, right? Like, there's even jokes about it in the cartoon. And there are women in real life that look like this. Like, I have seen women that are small in stature. And they have a cute face and they have big boobs, but they're not children, they're adults. This art, and I genuinely think it's because of this, right? Because in the West, if you draw for kids, it has to be like a complete distinct art style. And if you draw for adults, then it has to be more mature, more, right? So like Uzaki-chan, because she's drawn in a way that's cute and adorable and it's not mature, it's not like Mikasa from Attack on Titan. That's why a lot of people are having problems. Like, no one would have a problem with Mikasa because she's drawn differently. I never missed the chance to talk about Uzaki-chan. You know what? It's a wholesome anime. I fully recommend. I haven't seen season 2. Like, if it becomes problematic by season 2, I don't know. I do not endorse season 2. I endorse season 1, okay? Like, Uzaki-chan, season 1. You should definitely check it out. You should show it to your children. You should show it to academic agent. Like, get academic agent to watch Uzaki-chan. Right? Let's enrich academic agent. Get some vibrant diversity into the pool of knowledge that academic agent has. Let's get him to watch Uzaki-chan. It's an anime about a guy taking a girl on a date. That is wholesome, you know? It's about a guy taking responsibilities and going to have a job. And you know what? If you work out like Senpai, if you have like the drive that Senpai does, you too can have your own Uzaki-chan. That's my message for the young generation. There's a cute-faced, big-titty lady at my work. Like, huge titties. But like, there is that archetype. There is the archetype of like the very small lady with very big milkers. I have seen them. It's actually quite, and I don't know why, but it's actually quite common. Let's put it like that. Academic agent requires a cat girl with sweet abs. No, look, you need to do the anime to abs to trans pipeline. Like, you can't jump a step. You gotta boil the frog slowly. Like, first you give him an anime girl with big op eyes, and then you move on to the abs, and then you move to the cat girl with the abs, and then like academic agent becomes trans. He will not be able to help it. Like at this point, like if you manage to get him to watch Uzaki-chan, his journey is going to be predetermined. Like if he goes to a fortune teller, he's going to be like, I see transgenderism in your future. Oh, puberty blockers. You know, like that's what's going to happen. The moment he watches an anime, it is predetermined. I am glad that he took the anti-anime jihad stance. He has a jihad against the... I support it. Fully. Go watch his channel, by the way. Join the jihad. The slippery slope. Yeah, like the moment you watch an anime, you're on the slippery slope. Make sure you don't watch Netflix, okay? Like Cooties. AJ and the Queen. There was another one, I forgot the name. Oh, there was also a cartoon on Netflix about puberty and masturbation and stuff, right? Like, you know, that's what people need. This is what a lot of the academic agent fans say. It's like, well, academic agent didn't say you should watch Netflix. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to watch? What am I supposed to watch? There's nothing to watch. I want to watch something. I need entertainment in my life. I can't just work all day. I'm not a workhorse. I'm not a fucking mule. I need some entertainment. What am I supposed to watch? Anime is literally the only thing that makes some fucking sense now. Have you seen Velma? Have you watched it? Do you want to watch Velma? Go watch Velma then, but leave me the fuck alone. I don't have anything else to watch. The anime is like the last thing. It's literally the last bastion. If they take that away from me, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably start reading books now. I'm gonna start reading Jules Verne or some shit until some other person is going to tell me that it's a pipeline to some other fucking thing. You know, like, it's so infuriating. Like, you finally find something that you enjoy, and there needs to be killjoys, usually from the United States or from the United Kingdom, telling you that it's not okay. I need a drink. Try doing AI art. I'm making chatbots bad. He bans more words in chat than Hitler? Okay. Then use sign language. We defend anime for your own good because censorship will corrupt your soul. The thing with anime, though, if it's so dangerous and problematic, why the fuck does the left keep wanting to ban it? Did you not notice that? Like if it was really, as academic agent puts it, right? If it was literally the pipeline, you would think that the left would promote anime nonstop. Like, you would think that they would be obsessed over it and try to force you to watch it. Speaking of reading, check out Yiz York bestseller by... Are you silly? You are a silly goose, aren't you? You're doing a little bit of trolling. You're doing a little bit... Did Yi actually wrote a book called Mein Kampf? Oh, no, never mind. Hold on. See, this is what happens when I don't drink my coffee. I was thinking you meant Amos-y, but like now I understand that you're writing in Old English. All of a sudden, I have the light bulb. I apologize. Didn't they sell Mein Kampf, but like it had explanations, right? Like it... I remember the atheists used to do this. So, no, sorry, not the atheists, the Christians. They released a version of Charles Darwin, but it had like explanations, like biblical quotes and stuff, right? So like Charles Darwin would, which is kind of funny because Charles Darwin, if I'm not mistaken, he was a monk, which kind of makes sense because at the point in time, like monks were scholars and stuff. So like Charles Darwin had this book released and it had like Bible papers like correcting the misinformation from Charles Darwin. And now you get to see like Mein Kampf being released, and it's got like these pages of additional context, like author's notes. I think like for a time it was the only way you could sell that book in a country. Like it needed to have the author's notes attached to it. It's like, don't you think you're giving that book a little bit more mysticism than it should have? Like, right? Like, at that point, you're basically saying that it's demonology. Like, if you read the pages, it's the Necronomicon. You open the book and the dead start coming out. It's just... yeah. No libertarians want to ban anime. Like, the thing with libertarian, right? Just because you're a libertarian doesn't necessarily mean you can't have standards and you can't have expectations from people. In fact, every ideology requires you to have expectations from people, right? Because otherwise you don't have the ideology. Like, if everyone does what they want, then the ideology that wants to control people is going to be the dominant one. I mean, that's literally how life works. It's a power vacuum. So if you allow everyone to do literally whatever, then one person is going to say, all right, well, I want to control everyone else. And he's going to do it because everyone else is going to allow him, right? Like, no one is... like. So, if you're a libertarian, you can make an argument against anime if you want. Sure, but like, I have yet to see a good argument. Because anime is a genre. Like, you would have to go for the specific anime title and tell me what's wrong with it. And I can agree then, you know, because there are anime titles that I definitely think are problematic. I think, like, there's anime titles that children shouldn't watch. I think that there's anime titles which are complete garbage. Yeah, I mean, that's how you have a conversation. Otherwise, it's like saying, well, I don't like books. Like, okay, but like which books? All of them. Really? Like, you don't like a cooking book? No. Why? Because it's a book. Right? Like, that's kind of how, like, you sound. You know, like, reading is a pipeline to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it depends what you're reading, right? Like... Isekai is generally bad. Isekai is the cope where you want that to have like the amnesia type of character, right? So like you want the character to be in the middle of the story and you want to create the world as you go. So the way Westerners do the whole Isekai trope is by having the character wake up with amnesia, right? So the telenovelas did this quite a lot. So you have the character wakes up, doesn't remember anything, and the world is created, right? So you don't need to go through the introduction, you don't need to create the world, you don't need to create the characters, right? Like, you can have all of those in there. And there's also an element of mystery. It's like, all right, but like, who is the actual character, right? Like, what were they before they got the amnesia? Who is this person that's their friend? So it's an arc of storytelling. Isekai is the same thing. Like, you get placed in a universe where the character doesn't know anything and they have to learn. Same with the character with amnesia, right? Like, they don't know anything and they have to learn. The world is already created. Like, you can literally put them in the middle of a conflict. You can put them wherever you want. Anime is such a wide term. It incorporates Japanese animation. Yeah, literally. Like, when you hear someone say that they don't like anime, it's like... There is such a difference between something like Death Note and Dragon Ball. Right? And you're basically like putting them all together. Why? Because it's drawn. It's kind of like saying, I don't like Hollywood. Which, to be honest, in modern time, it wouldn't be that bad of a statement. But there would still be like some Hollywood movies that I would like. Right? And even then, you can go back in time and you can watch things. So, yeah, I guess you can say you don't like Japanese culture. Right? And if you say that, I can understand. Because you don't, like, there are, look, if you don't like a culture, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're racist, because I hate the left saying that. It's like, I don't like this oh, you're racist. No, it's like, I don't want to spend money on it because it's not entertaining for me. Right? It's not that you want them to stop. And I think this is why the left thinks you're racist if you don't like a culture. Because you must want them to stop. It's like, no, I don't want them to stop. I'm just saying I don't want to spend my money on it. There's a big difference, right? Because when a leftist doesn't like something, they want to cancel it. They want to shut it down. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like rap culture, all right? I don't like rap culture at all. But I don't want rap culture to stop existing or for people, like, if I see that you're enjoying rap music, I would come and shut you down. No, it's like, I don't want to spend money on it because the message from most of the rap lyrics that I have heard do not resonate with me. Now, sure, you know, there might be like one or two that I like. I'm willing to admit, but like overall, the genre of rap, I find it to be distasteful. Like, the whole thing, it's like, you're not even singing. You're reciting a poem while there's song in the background. And you're making fingers like you're casting jutsu. I don't get that. It's not entertaining for moi. Right? Like, there is just... Especially if it's gangsta rap. Oh my fucking god, like, okay, so you're glorifying crime and violence. Congratulations. Oh, and you're glorifying thottery. Right, so in a world where apparently if you have an wishy-cushy lady on the telly. Oh my god, you're glorifying, you're sexualizing women, you're glorifying female sexualization. If you have an edgy joke, oh my god, you're glorifying this, you're glorifying that. And meanwhile, you have like gangster rap. And that's fine. Okay. Did you hear about Eggman's new AI daughter, Sage? I actually did not. Where are you coming with these hypotheses? Rap can be good, but the culture is bad. I have yet to hear many good rap songs. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm saying that I personally have listened to a lot of them. I was forced to listen to a lot of them because I had a neighbor that would play them. Probably this is why I'm triggered about them. But overall, I do not like rap. I just don't. Eminem's album from last year is amazing. Good. Listen to it. Buy it. But I don't want to... It's not for me. Finally, someone says the quiet part out loud. I've been saying this quiet part for 4 years now. By the way, did you guys see the Martin Luther King statue? Holy shit. You guys should see the Martin Luther King statue. Oh my fucking god. That. How much was it? $10 million? Should I make a video about it? The problem is, and I'm not even kidding. Chat, I am not even kidding. I do not know if I can make a video about the Martin Luther King statue because YouTube is ran by AI, alright? Like, there's artificial intelligence that are doing this. And the statue, from a certain angle, some people claim that it looks problematic. Right? Now, this costed $10 million, so I guess I should watch it. Should watch it because otherwise it's a waste. But like from this angle, from this particular angle, it looks like it's holding up a toilet seat. Look, I'm not disrespecting Martin Luther King here, heaven forbid. But what I am saying, what the fuck was the artist thinking? Why did he do this? Like at what point did, you know what, like this is what people want to see. Why not just create a bust of Martin Luther King or something? But it is what it is, you know? You're asking what the fuck is that? I guess that's the appeal, right? Like if you're driving with a car and you see that, you're going to stop and you're going to look at it and it's like, what the fuck is that? And I guarantee to you, if you do not know that it's Martin Luther, like if someone doesn't tell you, you have no idea. Like if someone doesn't come up, like be honest, someone doesn't come up to you and it doesn't tell you what it is, would you know? Would you know? Would you know that it costs $10 million? Like, if someone, you know what? The price is right. You're at the price is right, and you have to appraise this. Right? And in order to win the grant, how much does it cost? And you're like, I don't know, 500,000. Bah! It is like that, isn't it? There's a comic where Eggman lets Sage pick a movie from her and Metal Sonic to watch with him. She chooses End of Evangelion. I think I saw that. It went viral on the internet, didn't it? $10 million. It's a dog whistling Dankula. Oh my god. No, I don't see it. Apparently, it's like there was a newspaper picture where Martin Luther King was hugging his wife. And this is what it's supposed to represent. But like, look, from this angle, it doesn't do it justice. But like, even from this other angle, right? Because there's many angles of it. Like, this is how you're actually supposed to see it. It looks like something from Silent Hill, man. Like, I can swear that if this was in Silent Hill, like, if you put this in the Silent Hill video game, it was... Oh my god, Elden Ring. This looks like from Elden Ring, doesn't it? Like it's going to start walking towards you. And it's going to have, like, the slow motion attack, and you have to roll out of it. You can't use your shield, because the attack is too strong. Yeah, I don't like it. Are you allowed not to like it? Because I don't want to be called a racist. Like, I got nothing against Martin Luther King, but I'm just wondering the sculpture, what were they thinking? But, like, am I allowed? Is this how it works? If I don't like this, it's a problem? I don't know. I would not pay $10 million for it, chat. It would be like... if I were to get it for free, like if someone gave it to me and put it in front of my house and I would be like, you're not allowed to sell it. Like, you have to keep it, right? Like, the problem would be like, how the fuck do I get rid of it? Like, how do I... It's actually difficult to move. Like, what is that? 1 ton of bronze? Yeah, that statue did Martin Luther King in jail. I'm really curious, like, if Martin Luther King was alive now and you show him that, what would he say? You know what? I'm going to do a chatbot in character AI and ask Martin Luther King. It's like, okay, so they did the statue of you, but it looks like such and such. What? I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it to the chatbot, though. I don't think even the chatbot understands. Like, the AI is used to recognize pictures, but that is way too fucking complicated. Yeah, it is a lot of bronze. Is it copper? Get the fuck out. If it's copper, I'm going to laugh my ass. There is no fucking way it's copper. There is no fucking way it's copper. Dude, $10 million and it's made out of copper? It's bronze. It's gotta be bronze. Put a bicycle chain. You know, like, I still asked a lot of lawyers and no one could find out. What crime is it if you put a bicycle chain on another person's bike, right? So you're not, like, if you have your bike parked outside and I put a bicycle chain on it, but I'm not trying to steal your bike or anything. I'm just trying to troll you, right? So I just put a padlock on your bike and I leave it there and I don't do anything. Hello, Short Fat Otaku. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. But unfortunately, we're going to watch RoboCop in exactly 20 minutes. So everyone that came here, if you go to my server, we're going to watch RoboCop. Someone should give a link to the people that came from Short Fat Otaku stream. I appreciate it. Alright, so let's talk about the bots. Because this is what the stream is about. Look at this. Is it racismus to like big bots? So, this lady, Kate Rosenfield. Kat Rosenfield. What a beautiful name. Can't sleep at night wondering, but is it racist? Why is she wondering this, you think? Like, is she a big butt connoisseur? But she doesn't want to be viewed as racist, so, like, she has to ask the question. Field under, groupthink. Imagine having a tag. What paper is this? The Post. The Post. Imagine having a tag, groupthink. What people want to click on. Beauty, bots, feminism. Jennifer Lopez, Nicki Minaj, racismus. Another tag, racismus. I wonder if there's people like just googling for the tag. It's like, what do they talk about racismus today? I need to upload my knowledge. What if I don't read the latest on racism and I actually do it? For example, what is the latest on racism? Big butts. Oh, I need to make sure that no one knows I like them. Yeah, like literally, groupthink. Look, groupthink is a tag here. Last chat for today was looking for that comic and there's so many wholesome posts of Metal and Sage as a brother and sister. If I find the comic, I'll try to give it to you. You prefer Nicki Minaj? Wasn't Nicki Minaj the one that came to the rescue during the pandemic? Saved us from the government. See, many people were like, how do I survive the pandemic? I was like, how do I survive the fucking government? The answer? Nicki Minaj. Came on Twitter, got sassy, got a little bit sassy with Jack Dorsey, got banned from Twitter, then went on Instagram, went all around the media. Nicki Minaj. So anyway, let's read what, how much did she, how can you read, my fucking god, this person, look, next time I go out to a beer with the boys, I want Kat Rosenfield to come with me. Like, if you can write this much about the human us, then I want to have a beer with you. Like, next time I'm with the lads at the pub, and we're drinking a pint with Father O'Malley, I want you to come over there in order to enlighten us. Like, you seem to be a knowledgeable person. A woman of high culture. Look at it. How can you write so much about asses? Although I'm really curious, like, are we going to find out more about asses or more about racism? Because there's two topics here, chat. Two topics. Like, it should be two journalists writing this. Two experts, not just one. It's an essay. Ah, I see what you did there. The human butt has long been the object of all manner of obsessions, says Kat. We worry over it. Its size, its shape. I love it like we, right? Like the collective. Like I imagine Kat with your mother, your father, because it's we, right? All of us. Like we includes your mother. So Kat and your mother was sitting there worrying about the size, shape, and whether or not the butt has cellulitis. Cellulitis. How it looks over in a pair of jeans. I love, like this way of liberation that the woke is promoting, right? So, like, you shouldn't worry about your body. Like, your body can be as grotesque as humanly possible and no one should judge. Like if you're a person that's a massive corporeal manifestation with cellulitis, you should still have, like, any man you want, right? Because, like, men should just be like picking things from a supermarket. If you want it, it should be yours. Like, they should have absolutely no standards at all. But on the other hand, they are so concerned with this thing called groupthink, which is a tag here, right? Like the moment, so they want a society with no barriers, but at the same time, they want a society where, like, no person is allowed to think differently because you got the groupthink thing. So anyway, a new source of concern emerges. Can you imagine just how good life is? My fucking God, like these people, I want their life. I want them so bad. So like, your concern in life is the shape of your ass, right? Meanwhile, other people, how do I get a mortgage? My dad is having heart surgery. How do I deal with that? Apparently, we are in a recession. What happens if I lose my job? Like, this is what other people think. But then you have these other individuals who are like, okay, what if I get cellulitis on my ass? What if this pair of jeans make my ass look bad? What if it is racist? But what are there? There must be a person out there. I am willing to bet there is a person out there that has a cellulitis fetish. Like, there must be a man out there that if he doesn't see cellulitis on that ass, he is not touching it. Let's be real. Let's be real. There is that person. It's like, like the moment he pulls the jeans, he's looking for that cellulitis. Like, he might even, like, try different angles in order to see if there is any, like, he might try to, like, cup the rear a little bit. It's like, come on, where's the cellulitis? Please, chat, tell me there is such a fetish. There must be. Look, from what I can tell, everything, and I mean everything, for someone somewhere is probably arousing. So anyway. For this, we may thank the existence of bots, a backstory. Right. So look, there is only 2 times this type of media, which is like women magazine, there's only 2 times they write articles. When it's to slander something or when it's to promote something, right? So when they promote something, they write a clickbaity title, right? They say racismus with butts. They add a lot of tags with famous women, Nicki Minaj, Jennifer Lopez, Kim Kardashian, right? And then they promote the book. So here you can click, and I'm betting that it's going to take you to where the book is, and you can buy the book from journalist Heather Rake. To be fair, it's not read intention to incalculate racial anxiety in her reader, right? Like, she's telling you, like, look, these people are so fed up by woke shit, but it's their job to promote woke shit, so they have to trigger warn their audience. It's like, look, if you buy this book, it's not going to be divisive, all right? Like, I understand we need to be divisive because it's part of our ideology, but, like, this book is not that. But feels like a passion project. I actually spoke with the person, a leftist on Twitter. And the leftist was, look, I hate companies. That's why I pirate video games. And I'm like, I understand that you like to commit the crime of piracy. I get that, right? But what I'm saying is like, you want to normalize it to the point where everyone in society does it. And you're like, yeah, because I hate companies. And I'm like, but like without, like you realize that without companies, you wouldn't have the video games you play. No, because you'd have indies. And I'm like, yeah, but like, you're pirating AAAs, right? Like, those require millions of dollars to make. It's like, no, because like, people don't make stuff just for money. I'm like, yeah, but like, yeah, like no one makes a AAA. It's time intensive. It's like a lot of resources. And he's like, no, people would make indie. Right, so like, this is what people make when they have like the indie. They make bots a bot story. This is what people do, the passion project. Right, like this is what people do out of passion. Nowadays, bots, the backstory. Can hardly wait to read it. How to know if the bot is real? Bring a heater neck. Oh my god. V doesn't like big bots because his wife doesn't have them? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Should I show you my wife's tushy? No, because she would get upset. She does have a bot. Like, trust me. If she's in a room with you and she farts, you're dead. But anyway, as I was saying, so the concept of cultural appropriation. Look, now you can culturally appropriate assets. You know, there's an anime, very beautiful anime, fully suggested. I forgot the name of it. But there's like this world where women are being appreciated for bust size. Right? So the bigger the tits, the more influence the woman has. Like a woman with this size breast, like she's part of the aristocracy. Right? This is the premise of the anime. So the bigger boobs, the more respect. Now, there's this ninja, this kunoichi chika, and she can steal breasts. Right? Like she's got like this ninja technique. Like she goes to another woman with bigger breasts, and she can steal them. Right? And as she steals the breast, like her grow, and the other woman shrink. And I guess like this is how like this person views cultural appropriation for butts. Like it should be, you know, you go to another person and Keijo. Okay, Keijo. Can I create a chatbot in the Keijo universe? I should create a chatbot in the Keijo universe. It would be very interesting. Sounds like America's healthcare system. You know what? It does sound like America's healthcare system. Oh, no, it's called Manu Hikencho. You know what? Hold on, I need to save this because I want to make a chatbot to see if it can roleplay my favorite waifu, the breast-stealing ninja. Abso-fucking-lutely adorable. I love that anime. Academic Agent should definitely watch it. Like, if Academic Agent thinks that there is a trans pipeline from anime, like, trust me, this one, this anime straightens you up. It's going to make a man out of you, chat. Manu Hikekoncho. Did I pronounce it properly? I hope I do. Anyway, right. Let's watch RoboCop now. I'll see you on my Discord server. And we can watch together. I hope we have enough room though, because last time there was a problem. Like only 50 people can watch a live stream on Discord. And if we have more, there should be more live streamers. But we'll see, right? So, thank you for watching. I'll see you on my Discord. Let's go watch some RoboCop now.